This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Since being grounded in mid-March, undeliverable Boeing 737 MAX aircraft is stacking up. The stockpile of troubled planes is spilling over into eastern Washington.
A state appeals court upheld a 55-year prison sentence for a man convicted of murder in a 2013 shooting in Moses Lake. State troopers are conducting statewide emphasis patrols on distracted driving from Friday through Sunday.
The world's largest swim lesson had its 10th anniversary this year, and Splash Zone and Afreda once again joined the worldwide event.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Since being grounded in mid-March, undeliverable Boeing 737 MAX aircraft is stacking up, and the stockpile of troubled planes is spilling over into eastern Washington. Part of that fleet now sits on the tarmac at Boeing's test facility at the east end of the Grant County International Airport in Moses Lake. The planes departed from Boeing's production facility in Redmond and touched down in Moses Lake last weekend.
Well, as everybody knows by now, Boeing is resolving an issue with 737 MAX aircraft, and Boeing has facilities all over the country, and we are fortunate enough to have a Boeing facility here adjacent to the Grant County International Airport, and so Boeing is actually storing MAX aircraft out there on their property as we speak. And as they work to resolve the situation, then they will be departing from here to the customers that they're planning to deliver those aircraft to.
The timeline as to when the planes will depart remains unclear. They can't be delivered to customers until FAA regulators approve the revised flight control software. Problematic software glitches led to 2 plane crashes that killed nearly 350 people. Airport Director Rich Mueller says the airport will lend additional space to Boeing if needed. There's been no word on whether more planes will arrive at the Moses Lake facility. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Afreda.
A state appeals court upheld a 55-year prison sentence for a man convicted of murder in a 2013 shooting in Moses Lake. Anthony Vasquez was found guilty of aggravated murder in the first degree with an aggravator of drive-by shooting, 3 counts of drive-by shooting, witness tampering, and unlawful possession of a firearm in the killing of 22-year-old Juan Garcia outside the airport grocery on Patton Boulevard. Vasquez was initially sentenced to life in prison, but the Washington Court of Appeals Division III previously reversed the convictions for drive-by shooting and the aggravator, and he was resentenced to 660 months in June 2018. Vasquez again appealed his sentence, arguing a remand is appropriate to correct a clerical error on the judgment and sentence. The appeals court denied Vasquez's appeal to be resentenced again due to the clerical error, but did remand the case back to Grant County Superior Court to correct the error. In his latest appeal, Vasquez also argued the court abused its discretion when it resentenced him to what he called another life sentence. He also complained about the length of his sentence, claiming it was excessive, and contends that it amounts to cruel punishment. The state appeals court rejected all of Vasquez's arguments, and his 55-year sentence was upheld. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
State troopers are conducting statewide emphasis patrols on distracted driving from Friday through Sunday. The Washington Traffic Safety Commission lists distracted driving as the cause of about 30% of statewide traffic fatalities. Distracted driving is also the cause of about 23% of all serious injury collisions in the state. In 2018, troopers contacted more than 20,000 drivers for distracted driving, an increase of about 3,000 from the previous year. The state's distracted driving law prohibits holding cell phones or other electronic devices while driving, including while stopped in traffic or at a traffic light. Violators face a $136 ticket for a first offense and $234 for a second. The law also added a secondary offense to include additional behavior that interferes with safe driving, including grooming, smoking, eating, or reading. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
The world's largest swim lesson had its 10th anniversary this year, and Splash Zone in Ephrata once again joined the worldwide event. The crowd in Ephrata was smaller this year than in years past because of the colder weather, but the event as a whole continues to grow. Organizers around the world expect more than 45,000 participants in 30 countries on 6 continents over the course of 24 hours on June 20th. Those numbers should obliterate the current record of 36,564 participants, which was set in 2014. Since its creation in 2010, more than 278,000 children and adults have participated. The purpose of the swimming lessons is to prevent drownings from happening. The leading cause of accidental deaths in the United States from kids aged 1 to 14 is drowning. The world's largest swim lesson is attempting to whittle down those numbers by teaching kids how to swim. As they put it, quote, "Learning to swim helps prevent drowning, period." The world's largest swim lesson will be back next year, and hopefully in Ephrata, there will be warmer weather to go with it. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.